The United States Antimony Corporation is making major moves to strengthen its supply chain, expanding procurement deals across multiple countries and ramping up domestic production in Alaska and Montana. The company operates the only two antimony smelters in North America, producing critical materials used in defense, tech, and energy. Joining us now is United States Antimony Corporation Chairman and CEO Gary Evans. Gary, welcome back to the program.
Thank you very much for having me back.
So you just announced a wave of new international and domestic deals, but what does that expansion mean for you and your company, and what is demand like right now? If I remember correctly from your conversation with Maria, demand is off the charts right now.
We have 17 customers. Those are outside of the military. A lot of those customers do provide products for the military, so we're kind of the original for the antimony raw material, and then we process it. Those we can't meet customer demand, and so one of the reasons we've been out getting procurements from all these countries is that we need more supply for our two facilities in Montana and Mexico.
But basically though, the Chinese are not playing well in the sandbox. Explain what they're doing and how they're affecting the industry, right?
Well, it's definitely had a huge effect. They made a decision in September, so this is before Trump became in office, to ban all antimony shipments to any country in the world. And previously, China was a net exporter of antimony to the United States. Believe it or not, our Department of Defense was buying most of their antimony from China. And so when they stopped that in the middle of September, prices escalated immediately. They've gone from less than $5 a pound to $28 a pound. And that caused companies like us, we never were buying antimony from China, but we needed to start finding more antimony product. And so that's what's caused us to do contracts with Australia, Canada, Mexico, Bolivia, and Chad now. And we also, though, went out to Alaska and started leasing acreage. We're close to 30,000 acres we've taken under lease, and we're beginning mining. We'll be shipping our own antimony to Montana the next 45 days.
It's amazing, though. So, to Todd, the Chinese aren't playing fair.
No.
And they're finding ways to still
the Chinese are not our friends. Glad I could help in this segment. But another question I was wondering, we always talk about how difficult it is in the oil sector to, the cost run up to build a new well and to do all that. What is it in your business? Like, how difficult is it if I say, hey, tomorrow I want to start mining for this stuff? How expensive and how much of a timetable is it?
Well, it's funny you make the analogy of oil and gas. I was in oil and gas for 35 years, so I moved from oil and gas to hard rock. And you're exactly right. Oil and gas, we could be drilling a well within 6 months to a year. Mining is typically a 25-year process.
Wow.
But what we're doing is very much different than other mining companies. We're going to areas where antimony has already been discovered, just like in the oil and gas. You always go where oil and gas reserves have been discovered, and we're picking up the trash. Nobody wanted antimony 2 years ago, 3 years ago. It was trash. It had a value below economic feasibility. So we're picking up leases from the 1920s and 30s and 40s where gold miners in Alaska found antimony, because it's typically found with gold, and just stockpiled it. So we're literally taking super sacks and picking up rocks and sending them to Montana.
Unbelievable. I want to ask you about this tariff move by President Trump, this big story today, and this is certainly something that's within your industry as well. So there's a 93.5% tariff that he's announced. It's on Chinese graphite. He's accusing Beijing of dumping it at unfair prices. This targets $347 million in imports, but this is a material in EV batteries.
Right.
And he's saying the final rates are going to be determined by December. And look, it targets graphite, but do you think it's going to spill over into other critical materials or minerals?
This is China's modus operandi. For their entire history in the last 20 years, they will take control of a mineral, drive the price down, knock everybody out of business. That's what happened in the antimony business. We're the only smelters that survived, and then jack the price back up. And so today, for the antimony, they control 60% of worldwide supply, but they control 85% of the down processing, what we do, the refineries. So this is not the first critical mineral or rare earth mineral they've done this to. This is like number 20. And this is something, it's in their 100-year plan to control minerals, and that's why our government, and that's why we're so excited about what Trump is doing, is that he realizes that we've got to have our own domestic supply, and we have the capability. It's just the EPA and all the governmental regulations stopped us for 20 years.
Yeah, and how long does it take to develop an antimony mine and smelters?
Well, you typically don't find antimony. Nobody goes looking for it. It's found with gold. So, and not every gold deposit's the same. So some antimony will be associated with gold and some not. So the things that we found in Alaska, we found these old gold mines, and then we clear a foot of overburden, and we see antimony veins going in different directions, and we just dig those up. And so, again, it's something that nobody went looking for.
And what do you use this material for in terms of final products?
It's got so many different uses. Today, you cannot fire a bullet without antimony. It's the hardening material for lead, and it keeps the bullet going straight. And so, you know, it's used in batteries. Every car battery has antimony in it. Solar panels, night vision cameras, night vision binoculars, laser-guided missiles, drones, computers.
Yeah, Gary, it's amazing, again, with how your company has become such a big part of the national conversation when it comes to domestic manufacturing and mining and dominance.
We're going to fix the problem.
States. Yeah, absolutely. Thank you so much for being back again. It's really great to see you.
Thank you for having me.
All right, Gary Evans.